Hello and welcome. Today I'm here to help demystify a foundational tool in problem solving, the issue tree. Whether you're preparing for case interviews or aiming to break down complex challenges in your work, understanding issue trees can be a real game changer. Let's start our journey into how issue trees clarify even the most daunting problems. With that introduction, let's discuss what makes issue trees so useful and how they work in practice. An issue tree is more than just a diagram. It's a strategic approach to simplifying complex problems. By visually laying out all the pieces of a problem, issue trees help you spot underlying root causes and give you a structured way to analyze each aspect. Especially in case interviews and consulting, issue trees provide a logical, step-by-step framework that's trusted by professionals. At its heart, an issue tree branches out from a single central problem, expanding into sub-issues and then into even finer details. This hierarchy ensures that your analysis is clear, focused, and thorough, from the broader categories down to niche concerns. Now, let's walk through the practical steps for using an issue tree and what makes them so effective. To make the most of an issue tree, begin with a crystal-clear understanding of your central problem or question. The more precise you are, the smoother your analysis will be. Once you've defined your problem, break it into major categories. What are the key components driving this issue? From there, continue to slice each major area into subcomponents and dig into specific issues. This methodical process helps uncover every possible angle and ensures nothing slips through the cracks. After mapping out the main structure, you'll want to use the issue tree to develop hypotheses and plan your investigation. Each branch of the issue tree gives you a possible explanation or area to explore further. As you look at these branches, start forming hypotheses, educated guesses for what's causing the problem. Then, highlight which parts of your issue tree need deeper investigation or more data. This is your roadmap for where to go next. Instead of guessing blindly, you're targeting your efforts based on a logical framework. Next, let's see how the issue tree guides your analysis and leads you toward actionable conclusions. With your hypotheses in hand, it's time to gather data. For each branch, collect evidence and perform your analysis. The aim is to confirm or rule out your guesses, so you're only working with facts. Once you've validated your findings across all branches, synthesize everything together. This final step is what makes issue trees indispensable. They force you to consider all evidence and help you turn analysis into practical recommendations that address the root of the problem. Let's bring this process to life with a real-world example, starting with an accounting case. Imagine you're consulting for a mid-sized accounting firm that's seen its profits steadily decline. Where do you start? Our issue tree begins with a central problem: declining profitability. From there, we break it down into revenue factors like pricing strategy and client volume and service mix. Costs also play a crucial role, so we'll look at both fixed costs, such as rent and salaries, and variable costs like delivery and operational efficiency. Each of these big buckets can be analyzed separately, allowing us to piece together a full understanding of what's causing the decline. But to uncover deeper insights, let's break these components down even further. Let's zoom into the subcomponents. Under pricing strategy, we would compare our prices against market rates and consider how clients perceive our value. With client volume, two questions matter: are we keeping our clients or are they moving elsewhere? And how well are we attracting new business? For service mix, we need to distinguish between high demand and low margin services. Maybe our most popular offerings aren't the most profitable. Then, on the cost front, we'll look at office rent, salaries, and benefits as part of fixed costs. Variable costs include technology, software, and fees paid to subcontractors. Finally, operational efficiency can be improved with better process automation and by optimizing how our staff is utilized. This layered approach makes sure no stone is left unturned in your analysis. Next, let's see how the issue tree can guide financial analysis in an investment scenario. Imagine you're working with a private equity firm considering the purchase of a retail chain. Your mission: help them decide if this investment truly makes sense. At the heart of your analysis sits the central question: should they move forward? From here, the issue tree helps you branch out into two critical areas. The first is strategic fit. Does this chain have a commanding market presence? Are there synergies with other portfolio companies that could boost its value? Equally important is financial health. Here, you'll assess if revenues are reliable, margins are strong, and whether the company generates consistent, positive cash flow. But that's not all. Making a sound recommendation means also looking at valuation and identifying potential risks. As we dig deeper into the financial analysis, you'll use valuation models like discounted cash flow, commonly called DCF, to forecast the business's worth based on future earnings. It's also crucial to benchmark the company against competitors with comparable company analysis. Next, let's examine the key areas of valuation and risk, essential for a comprehensive investment analysis. To deliver a thorough investment recommendation, you'll want to dig into two critical aspects: valuation and risk. Discounted cash flow, DCF, analysis will help you get a realistic sense of future earnings and the overall value of the business. Comparing these metrics to industry peers paints a clearer picture of how the opportunity stacks up. On the risk side, it's important to look at both external and internal factors, everything from shifts in the retail market, changing consumer tastes, and competitive pressure, to operational challenges or vulnerabilities within the company itself. By deeply exploring these components, you'll be equipped to make a well-grounded recommendation. Now, let's branch out even further and review the specific subcomponents that round out a comprehensive analysis. Now let's peel back the layers in our finance case and examine the nuanced subcomponents that matter most. Market position is about both market share and brand strength. How well does this company lead its sector, and how recognizable is its brand to consumers? Cost and revenue synergies consider the potential efficiencies or cross-selling opportunities that could arise from merging with other portfolio companies. From a financial standpoint, historical revenue growth, diversification, and margin strength give insights into stability and future potential. Cash flow analysis dives into free cash flow, working capital management, and projections built from DCF modeling. For comparables, ratios like EBITDA and price to earnings, PE, benchmark the target firm's value against its peers. And of course, risks can be combed through both market trends, like shifts in the retail environment, and operational aspects, including supply chain resilience and the effectiveness of the management team. By branching into these details, your analysis becomes not just exhaustive, but also trustworthy, a rock-solid foundation for strategic decision-making. Let's move on to a supply chain scenario, an increasingly important challenge in today's global business environment. Think about a global electronics manufacturer facing supply chain disruptions due to geopolitical tensions. The root problem in our issue tree is supply chain disruptions. From there, we branch out into supply-side concerns, like whether current suppliers are reliable and if there's a healthy diversification among suppliers. Logistics is another vital area. Are there issues with transportation? Does warehousing create bottlenecks? And are goods moving efficiently from point A to point B? But disruptions can also stem from demand and regulatory challenges. Let's break those down further. On the demand side, it's important to forecast demand accurately and manage inventory efficiently. Otherwise, the business might suffer from overstocks or shortages. Regulatory and geopolitical factors also play a major part. New tariffs, trade restrictions, or political instability in supplier countries can have serious ripple effects throughout the supply chain. These branches on the issue tree help us analyze both the direct and indirect influences on supply stability. To leave no gap, the issue tree also leads us into a closer investigation with more granular subcomponents. In this final breakdown, we look at the most detailed elements. For supplier reliability, performance metrics, and financial health should be monitored regularly. Diversification means tracking the number and geographic spread of alternate suppliers. Transportation analysis should cover shipping delays and ongoing transportation costs. Warehousing is driven by storage capacity and how fast inventory turns over. On the demand side, improve forecasting with advanced models and by studying historical data. Inventory management should emphasize safety stock and minimize holding costs. For regulations, the impact of new tariffs and compliance must be reviewed. Political stability can be assessed with supplier risk ratings and contingency plans. A detailed issue tree ensures your investigation is both comprehensive and actionable. Let's wrap up by summarizing how issue trees empower smart, structured problem solving. As we've seen, issue trees are a remarkably effective way to break down complicated problems into clear, manageable parts. By addressing each branch separately, whether in accounting, finance, or supply chain scenarios, you can systematically identify root causes, develop evidence-based hypotheses, and craft practical recommendations. Mastering issue trees not only sharpens your problem-solving and analytical skills, but also showcases your ability to think logically, an invaluable asset, especially in case interviews. Thanks for joining me on this exploration of issue trees, and I hope you feel equipped to tackle your next big challenge.